Hello. Good to see you.
Okie dokie there, Revenants. Welcome back to Code Vein. And for this set here, we're going to be doing the Bladebearer and Cannoneer and Mito. I have no idea how long this will take, so you'll know by the what you're looking at on the video, whether it's a long video or a short video. But what we're going to run here for the Bladebearer and Cannoneer is we're going to run Volley. And because you spend a lot of time in the flame pools getting focused, I thought it would be nice to bring stun and venom buff back from the focus tree and opportunism as well for that 25% increase to our damage while they have a status on them. And because the poison lasts for 15 seconds on these guys, it lasts for 30 seconds on these guys. You'll have 30 seconds of 25% increase, and in the event that they get stunned, it's pretty good. Now, here on our Venom and Stun, you'll notice that we have 0 and 15, and if we use our buffs here out the gate, we go to 30 and 35. So that's a pretty good number to have running, but remember that Stun and Venom buff from the focus tree do 72, so it's not in our best interest at this point to go for a debuff buildup, rather because we can get higher stun and poison values by going for these two. So we'll have over 100 on both stun and poison, and so we will be able to stun her within a couple of attacks, which is why we have Chariot Rush and Circulating Pulse, and we have Eva and Gift Accelerators to hopefully apply those very, very quick, so that way she staggers and goes into stun and poison very easily. So let's see here. All we have to do on our rotation is a little bit of this, and we don't have to really worry about too much here for this kill, just because of the fact that we're able to very, 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 very quickly and rapidly put out a whole lot of poison and stun in the event that this guy does his fire pools, and you can see there the amount of poison and stun that we're able to get out, because we're most of the time going to be focused because of these fire pools here. Okay. Okay, great. And she's gonna go down, so we can get stun out on her now. It was a crazy attack there. Okay, and we haven't gotten stun on her yet. There we go. Okay, we're getting staggered to death. Okay, great. And she's poisoned now. Okay, and then we'll get her stunned, and she'll go down very easily. So now it's just Cannoneer boy. And since we're not getting focused here at all, it's going to be a pretty simple fight here with him. Okay. Okay. Okay, very good. And you can see, oh, good. Now this is a great opportunity here to get focused, so we can get stun and poison. And you can see that those operate really, really well here while he's in that state there. Okay. Good. Okay. And we will need to go for another stun buff here. Okay, and we'll go. Whoops, we ran into the explosion there, but now we're focused again. So that's very, very nice. And the Cannoneer will just disappear here as well. So very, very nice, very, very clean sort of a fight. And these two buffs are pretty underrated, but here for these two, it really, really makes great work of putting them down quickly, nicely, easily, simply. Now for Mito, we will do a variant of this, and we will go for slow and poison. And we can't go for slow and poison here, right? So what we're just going to do, we're just going to go for extra damage. Now we're probably not going to be focused a whole lot at all, if any at all. So we'll just have to kind of play it by ear here And here it might be better if we go for debuff buildup um, to get him into the poison state or the slow state faster. I think I'll rather just go for that extra 289 damage there or whatever it is. So we'll go for poison and slow. And these two are fine because we want to get these gifts off very, very quickly. Now we won't have to worry about any defenses here. So let's see, we need a willpower of B. We can get there. So if we do this and this, that'll be very nice, and we'll have faster gift applications and go for the intensified, so we get more damage out of Bridge to Glory. Okay, and this will be good enough here to go for with Mito, and you can see that the Bladebearer and Cannoneer, that fight kind of just rolls over and dies when you can poison and stun her. And poison and stun him because of the fact that you're able to really control the flow of the field, and because the fire pools get you focused basically all the time on demand, you're able to really control the flow of that combat, and you can control basically when you get focused on purpose. So it's really nice in that regard. Okay, and let's go for poison first. Okay.
I'm going in.
And here we go. Eva's going in, and now Mito will probably be pretty tough. So it'll probably be a couple of attempts here, but it's okay. We'll do okay. And that's exactly why. Okay. Oh, we're dead. Yeah. So that shield thing that he put up there kind of staggered me into getting my face chopped off, but no worries there. We'll give it a good go here. And now that he's back and he turns around and stuff, we can get a whole lot of hits in before he even starts moving around, so that's very nice. And that is a great way to get statuses on him before he even does anything, is to do it before the fight even begins here, and go back to the missile before the first fight and get him statused up here. So status effects and halberds are pretty good friends overall, and if you haven't been using status effects on halberds, I would give them a try, because they definitely make for a very intriguing way to go about engaging your enemy. Okay, and, let's head on in here. Okay, and see here we can already get Mito poisoned, so that's nice. Okay, and we're dead. Thanks, Siva. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay, and you can see just how effective that set there is with these two going at him here. Okay, good. He's slowed and he's poisoned. Okay. Oh, and I'm dead. Thanks, Eva. And I'm dead. Is he gonna die from poison? Come on. Right there. Oh, he died. Come on, he died. He actually died. He actually died. Oh, man. Okay. But that is where poison can definitely clutch things out for you sometimes. If you are so lucky. I was not so lucky in that moment. But you can see the amount of damage that you can put out on this guy very quickly, very easily, and it goes pretty quick. But we just got unlucky there, getting hit twice in a row after Eva healed us. If we were actually good, we wouldn't get hit at all, like some of the legends out there in Code Vein. But that's definitely not me. So here we go again. Now the Impaler is a great weapon, to say the least. It does very well. It does great piercing things, and it's basically the Dex version of the Cerulean Spear, where the Cerulean Spear is more the what is that? It's more the strength version of what this is. Oh, come on. Okay. Good. And we're out of stamina here, so we'll just go ahead and heal up here. Okay. Good, he's slow. That will help us. Okay. Okay, and now dodge. And now dodge. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Okay. And we're dead. Okay. So yeah, the setup here was not exactly ideal to go for no hits and stuff, but you can see that the amount of damage that the Impaler can put out on this guy is pretty handy. Just because of the fact that you're running two status effects, it basically guarantees that you're focused, or not focused. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. It basically guarantees that you have a status effect on him at all times, and since poison lasts for 30 seconds, it's a really good option versus all bosses because it lasts for 30 seconds for all bosses. So it's really nice that you can have 30 seconds of 25% increase to your damage, but the problem is you gotta actually get the guy statused up. But if you have stun or poison buff from the focus tree, then you can get pretty high poison and stun values, as you saw on the Bladebearer and Cannoneer there, that you're able to just get huge amounts of status effects on them very easily, very quickly, because you're over 100 on the status meter on your weapon without having really anything. You only have two gifts active from Venom buff and Numbing Mark, or Binding Mark, or Venom Mark, or whatever status effect buff you're going for. You can put him down pretty easily, pretty quickly. And for Mito, I mean, he does take a little bit of finesse there, but it's nothing too overwhelming, even at the higher difficulty. And remember, he has like 111,000 roughly HP there, so we went through that pretty quick with what we were doing on our damage sets there with Circulating Pulse and Chariot Rush. So those are two gifts that pair very nicely together for the Impaler, because Circulating Pulse is a slashing gift, and Chariot Rush is a piercing gift. So you can get both types of damage out on the enemy with the Impaler. So you can do slash and you can do pierce. So it's really good, and it's really powerful with the Impaler because it does both types of damage, as you can see here from the card. It does slash and pierce all at the same time. So it plays really well into its strengths of being a slash and pierce weapon. So you give it a slash weapon, or a slash gift, and a pierce gift, and it all works out very nicely. So when you're running against the Bladebearer and Cannoneer, obviously, you know, Elemental Wall is a kind of a must. Now, I didn't go for Ice Armor here at all, because when you run a Daybreak Thunderfang with a Pheon Chrome on it, you have 68 on your ice, you have 52 on your fire, and that's unmatched in any other Blood Veil that has a light scaling. So if you went to like fire here, you would notice that you have a total of 129, right? And here you have a total of uh, and 120. So even though it's less overall, you have a higher ice overall here. And if you would go for the ice version of this, you would have obviously a 98 in ice as opposed to a 68 in ice. But where the Daybreak Thunderfang makes up for this is in its light value. As you see down here, this is at 1208, and the Daybreak Thunderfang is at 1550. So you would actually come out with a higher cumulative value. And so here, if you see what we come up with here, so 166 in fire and 137 in ice. And so if you go for the tonics down here, the fireproof tonics and such, what you come up with is you've come up with 157 in ice and 186 in fire, so you're completely immune to fire, and you have pretty good ice resistance. You're not completely immune to ice, but you're fairly close. Now, if you go for something like the Noble Silver, Um, Obviously, this is the flame version. Whoops, I need to go for ice armor instead of flame protection. So here, go for ice armor. There we go. And now if we look at the values here, uh, you'll notice that it's a little bit less overall. So we would be at 163 and 175 here. So you would be perfectly immune to both, but you wouldn't be as high as what you have on the Daybreak Thunderfang there. So, it makes up for it in the end. But if you don't have the Daybreak Thunderfang, this is a great alternative here. Go for a Fire Chrome on the Noble Silver, uh, and you'll be able to get to invincibility on both, just based on these two gifts and two tonics from here. So, anyways, that's kind of long-winded here, talking about all these buffs and everything and the values. But yeah, Venom buff and stun buff, they definitely are very useful for the Bladebearer and Cannoneer, and they're not as useful for Mito, as Mito is impervious to stun, he's immune to it, but slow and inhibit and poison do very well versus him. And as you can see, having him poisoned up does very well. So anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Impaler, and we'll see you in the next one.